From Messi breaking ankles to Gabriel bullying Haaland, these are the 25 most shocking referee mistakes in football history. And first, just a few minutes into the match between Ecuador and Germany, a nice bit of interplay resulted in Leroy Sané scoring the game's opener.
Nice feed from Pavlovic, and there's Vitz! And in a trice, Germany have a lead!
But as soon as the goal was scored, the Ecuadorian players started protesting, and rightfully so, because the replays showed that it was clearly a high boot. For whatever reason, the referee and VAR deemed that a kick to the head was not enough to deny Germany their opener. Speaking of teams getting robbed, 31 minutes into the match between Argentina and Algeria, Lionel Messi lunged in for a tackle and caught Aissa Mandi's right calf and Achilles area. The referee blew for a foul, and it looked normal until the replay showed that this was indeed an awful foul. However, VAR checked briefly and called it an accidental collision. Messi, on the other hand, went ahead to drop a hat-trick on Algeria's head. I guess FIFA will never beat the allegations, but if that might be seen as a mistake, the next decision was an all-out robbery. In the second half between Barcelona and Celta Vigo, Barca were looking to score the goal that would maintain their 9-point lead at the top of La Liga, and Ferran Torres thought he'd done exactly that, only for him to be flagged offside. But when Barca complained, VAR released this image as proof. Look at this closely, because this image clearly shows Torres was onside. But I guess that's what happens when VAR is operated by blind people. After outsmarting Gabriel to give Man City the lead, Haaland and the Arsenal defender clashed again in the center of the pitch. And instead of things staying sporting, Gabriel decided he'd had enough of football and switched to MMA.
Silva. Oh, that's got to be a foul. And at last the referee gives a free kick, City's head to head, and then he put his head in, and that will be the end.
And since the Premier League has apparently turned into the UFC, Haaland got a yellow card for the crime of not falling after being headbutted.
He's given both a yellow.
But as shocking as that decision was, it's nothing compared to what happened at number 21. With the game between Bayern Munich and Real Madrid tied at 4-4 on aggregate, the stage was set for an all-time classic. Every tackle mattered. Every decision could change everything. And then the referee decided to ruin it by sending Camavinga off for this. Did he send him off for the foul or for holding the ball? Either way, this was one of the worst decisions in Champions League history, and it completely killed a game that was heading for the history books. But even these decisions couldn't crack our top 20, because coming up, a referee literally attacks a player, and another guy gets booked for doing a rainbow flick. But before we get to those, we need to see an entire team walk off the pitch in protest. During a match between Galatasaray and Adana Demirspor, the referee pointed to the spot for this embarrassing dive. Now, seeing that he'd clearly made a mistake, VAR called him to the monitor to have another look. He walked over, looked at evidence of his own crime, and said, "Yeah, I'd do it again." So the Adana players walked off the pitch in protest. But while those guys ended things with a peaceful protest, the next group of players gave their ref a standing ovation. Imagine being stopped from taking a quick throw-in, but when you push the guy away, the referee pulls out a straight red card.
What the hell?
I would have thrown hands if that were me. No wonder the entire team gave the referee a sarcastic round of applause. But speaking of referees ignoring the obvious, the next ref literally attacked a player. After the non-defense stopped the PSG attack, the referee halted the game to send off Diego Carlos. Nobody had a clue why, until the replay showed something extraordinary. During the attack, Carlos had accidentally collided with the referee, and instead of brushing it off, this ref attacked him and sent him off out of pure spite.
Oh my God. Hell no.
Clearly it was an accident, but since the referee was apparently having the worst day of his life, Carlos paid the price. Sadly for the ref, the French FA didn't care about his feelings and suspended him for 6 months.
Nice.
But while this ref got caught, the next one's mistake literally changed football forever. Already losing to Germany in the 2010 World Cup, Lampard unleashed a shot that crashed off the crossbar and bounced clearly over the line. Everyone saw it go in. Your nan watching on a 12-inch TV could see it went in. But the referee waved play on. England fell apart and lost 4-1. However, because of the backlash from this disaster, FIFA finally approved goal line technology. So at least something good came out of it. Can't say the same for the blunder that happened at number 16. In the dying minutes of a comfortable PSG win against Montpellier, Neymar tried to entertain the fans with a rainbow flick, and the referee booked him for it. My head is on Mars. Booking a footballer for playing football is like finding a chef for seasoning food. Decisions like these are why the sport is becoming increasingly boring. But the officiating at number 15 is why we need an entirely new generation of referees. During a Champions League match between Manchester City and Shakhtar Donetsk, Raheem Sterling tripped over fresh air and was awarded a penalty. The man kicked the ground, fell over his own feet, and the referee pointed to the spot.
No! God, please, no! No!
Not in a preseason friendly, not in a training match, but in the Champions League.
Oh, no, listen, there's no blame on Sterling. He's not trying to win a penalty. He just what we would say. He made a hash of it, and it was a quite.
The 115 charges are never getting dropped. But what happened at number 14 is somehow even worse.
Arnold, and this is Gordon in on goal and scores. It's a gift for Anthony Gordon.
Already losing away to Newcastle, Van Dijk had to make a tackle to stop Isak from doubling the lead, and the referee immediately pulled out a red card. At first glance, it looked rough, but the shock on Van Dijk's face told a different story, because when you watch the replay, he clearly got the ball. But when VAR watched the same replay, they let the decision stand because they didn't want to embarrass their colleague on national television. But at number 13, the referee didn't just get it wrong, he robbed a legitimate goal. Dortmund were losing 1-0 to Man City in the Champions League when Ederson completely fell asleep, allowing Jude Bellingham to steal the ball clean off his feet.
Ederson to get that one away, he's lost it to Bellingham.
But before Bellingham could score, the referee blew his whistle. Wow, how can a ref make 2 mistakes in one play? First, the ref was way too quick to blow when VAR could have just let the goal stand. And second, it wasn't even a foul. Ederson realized he'd been mugged off and hit the ground screaming like he'd been shot. and the ref fell for it hook, line, and sinker. So basically, the louder you scream, the more calls you get. Got it.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Are you serious right now?
But at number 12, the referee didn't even need a player to fool him because he already fooled himself. Maguire and his own goalkeeper had a moment of pure chaos in the box, and Morgan Rogers pounced on it to score what looked like an easy goal. For whatever reason, the referee canceled it for a foul on the goalkeeper, but the replay showed no foul. The keeper just had princess hands. But since England's VAR exists purely to rubber stamp whatever the ref says,
the ball is free and the attacker's got every right to go for the ball. He hasn't got the ball under control. I think the referee, Tom Bramwell, thinks he has, but for me, he hasn't. So for me, a goal should be given.
maybe coaches should just do it themselves, which is exactly what happened at number 11. In a heated match between Fenerbahce and Antalyaspor, Edin Dzeko thought he doubled his team's lead, only for the goal to be ruled out for offside. His manager, Jose Mourinho, disagreed, and instead of arguing with the fourth official like a normal person, he grabbed a laptop and held it in front of the TV camera to show the world his own replay. This might be the funniest thing a manager has ever done on a touchline, but desperate times call for desperate measures. And when your league's VAR is broken, sometimes you just have to become the VAR yourself. But now that we've made it to our top 10, things are about to get a whole lot worse. I'm talking about a goalkeeper destroying Van Dijk's ACL, and a substitute warming up somehow causing a penalty. But first, a referee who literally turned into a defender. Imagine creating the perfect scoring opportunity, beating every defender, winding up to put the ball in the net, and then the referee does this. The man turned into prime Van Dijk and blocked the shot himself. Words cannot express the fury, which is why I'm genuinely shocked that Liverpool fans kept their composure after what happened at number 9. It's the Merseyside Derby, and Pickford came flying off his line like a man possessed and absolutely destroyed Van Dijk.
She was headed away by Seamus Coleman, back in by Fabinho, Van Dijk coming in. Oh, it's an awful challenge. An awful challenge, isn't it? Horrendous.
The tackle looked worse every time you watched it, but since Van Dijk was offside, the referee decided it didn't matter. However, when VAR checked for serious foul play, watched a goalkeeper launch himself into a player's knee, they said, nah, that's fine.
Oh, it's an awful challenge. An awful challenge, isn't it?
The way Pickford went in the challenge was completely, in my opinion, stupid. I believe that he didn't want to injure Virgil the way he injured him, or the way he took the tackle was stupid. Basically, he didn't care about what happened after the tackle. This was too much.
But at number 8, a referee ruined what should have been a Premier League classic. Last chance of the match between Tottenham and Man City. Haaland gets kicked while turning with the ball, but stays on his feet, plays it to Grealish, who's now one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And then the referee blows his whistle for the foul that happened 5 seconds ago.
It's still kept alive, but now they've lost it, and Rodri plays it to Haaland. Oh, dreadful challenge. Gets away with it because Haaland kept the ball, and on he goes to Grealish, and Grealish is down the middle, and the referee has blown his whistle. Oh my word, what a shocker.
This sent the Man City bench into a meltdown. Yes, it was a foul, but what happened to playing the advantage? This referee saw a team about to score a winner and said, actually, let's not.
Oh my God, hell no.
But the guy at number 7 will make you question everything you know about football.
And a penalty has been given.
With players getting set for a normal goal kick, the referee signals for a VAR check, and everyone's looking around, wondering what on earth just happened.
Looking for the equalizer.
And Sylvain Janvula's got it. That is a wonderful chance for the away side.
But look closely at the substitutes warming up behind the goal. One of them touched the ball before it went out of play. And because of some weird rule, the referee gave a penalty.
Well, the home side being told to wait for their Eberwein has been found guilty and a penalty has been given. So Janvula, who missed the initial shot, has scored the penalty. It's 1-1. One of the most bizarre moments.
You mean a substitute warming up touched the ball and the ref gave a penalty? I need to go back and reread the football rulebook again, but I'm sure the referee at number 6 needs to read it more than I do. Tottenham against Brighton. Højbjerg kicked Mitoma's ankles inside the 18-yard box. It's a clear penalty, everyone agrees, except the referee, who waved play on. Okay, fine. Maybe he didn't see it. Surely VAR will correct it. But after reviewing the footage, they still insisted it wasn't a penalty. And with that, we've made it to our top 5. So fasten your seatbelts because these next decisions are so bad, they'll make you question whether referees even understand football. I'm talking about a player getting 2 yellow cards just for talking, and Cristiano Ronaldo kicking someone in the chest on live television, starting with Real Madrid doing what they do best. Real Madrid are losing 2-0 at home to Almeria. It looks like it's going to be an embarrassing defeat, and that's when the 12th man comes to the rescue. First, the referee gave them a dubious penalty to make it 2-1. But the real crime was what came next. Vinicius Jr. clearly scored with his hand. And both the referee and VAR said it was a goal. What a comeback. Well paid, Madrid. That was well paid. But the referee at number 4 wasn't corrupt. He was just incompetent. It's another Merseyside derby, and the referee stopped play to give James Tarkowski a yellow card for a challenge that initially looked like a standard hard tackle. But when the replay was shown, it looked horrific. As expected, VAR checked it, watched it in slow motion, and still didn't upgrade it to a red. This is the exact same thing that happened when Pickford tore Van Dijk's ACL.
The referee should give it on the pitch. For Paul Tierney not to give it on VAR.
But at number 3, a teenager proved that cheating in football starts young. Lamine Yamal went down in the box, and the referee pointed straight to the spot. However, the replay showed one of the most pathetic dives you'll ever see from an 18-year-old. And wouldn't you know it, the VAR conveniently stopped working at the exact same moment. How convenient. Almost like the system has a Barcelona subscription. But at number 2, Michael Oliver made one of the worst decisions of his career. Everyone expected Liverpool to annihilate United, but the Red Devils shocked the world by matching them stride for stride. And with minutes left, Dalot successfully defended a through ball to Salah. But when Liverpool got the throw-in, despite the ball clearly coming off Salah last, Dalot lost it.
And they're labouring trying to catch him. Dalot did so well, never gave it up.
Michael Oliver didn't like his reaction and gave him a yellow card, which, fair enough, calm down. But then 10 seconds later, Oliver gave him a second yellow and sent him off. 2 yellows in 10 seconds for complaining. That's the kind of power trip that would make a parking warden blush.
Oh my God. Hell no, man.
But now, it's time for the worst refereeing mistake in history. Back in 2021, Ronaldo and his Manchester United teammates welcomed Liverpool to Old Trafford, hoping the home crowd would spur them to victory. But 45 minutes in, they were already 3-0 down, and when Curtis Jones successfully won the ball from him, the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner did this. He kicked him on the ground, in the chest, on live television. And the referee gave him a yellow card. A yellow for kicking a player who was already on the floor.
Initially a foul, that in itself perhaps worthy of yellow. But the second action from Cristiano Ronaldo is open to interpretation that could be fair.
If that's not the worst refereeing decision in football history, I genuinely don't know what you have to do to get a red card anymore. But while referees keep ruining football, nothing can spoil a truly great goal. I'm talking about Maradona dribbling past an entire team, a man scoring a World Cup goal with no knees, and a volley so good that Maradona himself said it was the best ever. Click on the next video to see the 25 most epic goals in World Cup history.